Chris Faraone rocking a cameo with NEHip-Hop with MBS. I don't do a lot of hip hop anymore, but this is a very special occasion, and I'm like, we're in Cambridge, MBS. This is like when I got here like 11 years ago. You know, you going to Cambridge? That's where MBS is.
That's right, hometown.
So let's start with. Why don't we start with today, and we'll go back to 15 years ago.
Yep.
But why don't we start? Where are we right now? What are we about to see? Why don't you introduce? What is this? What's this occasion?
Well, basically, what this is right now is the new album, which is called Trapped in America, by MBS, produced entirely by the Snowgoons, which are some of the dopest producers in hip hop from Germany, and they came all the way out for the second time to rock with us. The first time was crazy. This time is gonna be even crazier. So basically, we're dropping a new album. It's been 15 years since we dropped our first album, In Due Time. So it's basically, like the reunion, the whatever you want to call it, Dukes. It's just been a long time coming, and we still at it. And it's just better than ever.
Can you just tell, like, for those who are watching, and I know a lot of people are going to be watching from overseas, Snowgoons Project, can you explain to people where we are? Because it's like, this is the Middle East club in Europe, but it's also where you guys are from, Cambridge, where people don't realize that a lot of Boston MCs there's a river, and anyway, but the most important venue that has housed hip hop for so long, but it's in your backyard.
Absolutely,
so
absolutely.
Tell people out there, where are we? And
we're in Cambridge, Massachusetts, located right now in Central Square at the Middle East nightclub. Very legendary. I mean, you can name so many artists who've been here and performed, and like Chris just said, this is our backyard. We grew up like right up the street. You feel what I'm saying? So like, to be up here and be doing it and still doing it here, like we were one of the first independent acts to sell out Middle East downstairs. You know what I'm saying? So that already that
was a project we did. Shout out to our brothers Locked Up. Back then, my man Beast was out. You'll hear him on In Due Time. That's the album we got on a double CD. So when you get the double CD, the Trapped in America CD by MBS, you'll get the first album, and then you'll also get the new album, Trapped in America. And yeah, man, we did the antidote. We sold out downstairs. We had Dre Robinson. All the fam came out. Shout out to Slain, and all the dope Boston artists that came up with us and that rock with us. And we're still, like I said, we're still at it.
So this album is with Snowgoons. So this is like MBS on the worldwide level.
Absolutely.
Tell the fans, like, how did this relationship start? Like, how did you first get up with Sick Nature and the Snowgoons, and then we want to talk about how did it flourish? How did it become what it is now?
I mean, basically MySpace, man. MySpace and internet.
Shout out to MySpace.
Word up, word up. So MySpace was like the first thing that really put us on the map. You know what I'm saying? And we got the homies over here wilding and shit, but we all out here, we celebrating, But so basically, yeah, we met over the internet, and the power of the internet and being able to communicate with each other from so far away, and be able to make music and just collab, And I think like one key I want to say to like the young artists who are aspiring to be world artists or world-renowned artists, what I mean? One thing you got to do is really stay consistent. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you're not working on music with a guy from overseas doesn't mean you lose the communication. People think if you know somebody overseas, it means that you're going overseas to travel, or it means that you're putting out an album, or it means that you're going to get this recognition. It's still a lot of work. Just like there's 1,000 of MBSs out here, there's 1,000 of producers like Snowgoons and all other stuff, but it's all about your grind. Y'all can do everything we're doing right now.
Do you feel like a lot of young, and we just saw an artist who you guys are helping come up, do you feel like a lot of young artists, whether it's here or elsewhere, are looking at the same goals you were, that understand that this is a man's game, or a working man's game, and that you can, it's not there's no more get that deal and whatever, that you actually have to work your ass off, and so can you just explain the hustle that it took for you guys to get to the point where you're touring in Europe and Japan and such?
Yeah, well, basically, man, it's an investment. You know what I'm saying? If you wanna be something in any field, whether it be a doctor, a lawyer, a dentist, you got to grind for that. You got to work, you know what I'm saying? You got to invest your time. Sometimes you got to invest your money. And so, that's what we did. From the first album, we always put in our money. and you know, and we're reaping the benefits of basically of hard work over the years. You know what I'm saying? So all our young cats coming up, you know, shout out to Mel's and Lotus. They just got off the stage. Right. You know what I'm saying? They're from the same area, from the coast. They're from Cambridge. And, you know, they came up under us. They saw us grinding. Obviously, nothing happens overnight. They've been doing it for years already, and they're still young. And so just imagine how many years we've been doing it when we're more than like 10 years older than them, and we're still doing the same stuff we were doing back in the days, grinding every day, making music, putting out our CDs, investing in our own merchandise, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you cop some shirts if you like it. You know, we got the hats. You know, basically it's all a grind. It's all about investing in what you believe in. And, you know, if your product is dope, people are going to finally realize that your product's dope, and they're going to gravitate towards you. And that's what's happening. And, you know, shout out to all the homies that came out and everybody that came out that's showing love and that actually respect the grind, because that's what it is. It's hip-hop. It's a universal language. Like Flash said, it started with MySpace, but at the end of the day, if people don't see you grinding, they don't want to work with you. You know what I'm saying? You could be a hot MC, but if you ain't putting out work, if you ain't putting out quality music, if you ain't putting out, you know, quality packages, then people ain't going to rock with you. They're just going to be like, oh, he's just another rapper. So that's how we take it to the next step.
Well, let's talk about, because, you know, I don't want this just to be, you know, we've been building for years, and let's take this to the next level, right? This conversation, right? Because what's really below all this is dope hip hop, right? And my favorite kind of hip hop is like, I'm a political writer for the most part, is like the kind of shit y'all rock, because it's political, but it's not overt. It's not hitting us in the head. I want to talk specifically about the album. All right. So the album's called Trapped in America. When you first titled the album, you know, what was happening, and you know, where did it come from?
Man, I mean, the true basis of Trapped in America, honestly, it stemmed from knowing so many people who traveled abroad, who are our peers, but not being able to do so. Right. So we felt like we were trapped. And then, you know, outside of that, I mean, now it's more prevalent, you see it, but the reality of it is police brutality and, you know, a lot of shit that been happening out here, you know, has been like, you know, that stuff been happening for a while, and we just, you know, now it's coming to the forefront even more, right? And it's more public about it, and we just felt like it was time. Like, you know, we spoke before, so you know, we're educated, you know what I'm saying? So it's like we can't sit here and rap about, you know, trapping all day, you know what I'm saying? We went to college, we did a lot of other stuff, so we have both. Because yes, we were doing that type of stuff, but we also were educated and went to school and we taught and we give back to the community. But we're still us.
You feel like the message gets across a little better because you guys have that credit?
I think it does, because our credibility on this side is solid and our credibility over here is solid as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like one of those things where we could touch both avenues, and it's not like, oh, they're backpackers or this or they're thugs or they're this. We're just MBS. We're natural. So whatever we feel at the time is what we do, and that's what hip hop is about. You know what I mean?
So I'm gonna make a prediction here on NEHip-Hop, which is that the track "We Are Equal" is going to be beyond big. Like this song. I don't know if anybody hip hop nerds out there, like, not since R.A. the Rugged Man sung about his dad, has a song move me like this. This is on the level of like Talib Kweli, like For Women. This is like as real as it gets. Can you two explain how this song came to be, and you know, how you decided who was going to play which role, and explain what this track is? I truly feel this is going to be one of the most important hip hop tracks, not just of this year, but that came out in a long time.
We appreciate that. Basically, if you hear the first album, you know, we're very versatile MCs. So, you know, we've been, you know, through a lot of stuff on the streets, like Flash said, you know what I'm saying? We went to college, we got degrees. At the end of the day, you know, we've seen a lot of stuff, but, you know, we basically, you know, we look at it as an art form. And we were able to do role playing a long time ago. If you listen to the first album, In Due Time, we did a song called Who's to Blame, where I play like the undercover detective and he plays like the thug in the street. And so basically, we brought it back from that type of, you know, from that type of subject of role playing into the reality of the life that we live in. And, you know, basically, you know, it was basically the two of the kids who basically got killed, you know, by the police this in the last year. That has been like a monumental effect on the whole country, and we can't sit back and let that slide. And we feel for our brothers that lost their lives, especially Michael Brown and Emmett Till. So, you know, we decided that, you know, one of us was gonna play each person, and And basically that's what we did. We told the story of their lives, and we met in heaven because as young, as young hip hop artists growing up, you know what I'm saying, we don't always get to survive in this world full of hatred, greed, jealousy, etc. And so we want to basically put it out that we know what's going on, and that, we're spreading the memories of our fallen soldiers. And so that's basically how that came about. And then after that, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? We did our history. We know the stories of our brothers that passed, and we put that into a song. And now we got We're All Equal. And so make sure y'all check that out on the Trapped in America album produced by the Snowgoons. We're All Equal, about Michael Brown, Emmett Till, but just the country and the state of the country in general. And we're all equal. We're all created equal. That's how we should live on the planet, and that's how we should survive. Treat each other the same, with the same respect, etc. And that's what we're preaching.
So I hate when like people interviewing rappers do this, but this album is stacked. And I asked you last time I interviewed, like, do you two fight over beats like crazy? But this is like this heaters from front to back. This is like 5 years in the making. So what was the struggle? What took 5 years, for lack of better words? What took 5 years? And I think it's all worth it. But what's it like to have this project finally emerge? Here you are, hometown release party, long time coming. What is not just a feeling, but can you explain to fans like what took this long and why it was worth it for them?
Yeah, well, basically, Snowgoons are very big producers, and there's a lot of artists that want to work with them. So they have a lot of, other artists that they work with. We were working with them. MOP was an artist, a group that they were working with, as well as Onyx, and basically the timing wasn't right. And that's what I'm saying to like a lot of young kids who are watching this. Like, basically, it's all about timing, man. You know what I mean? Like, we're older, you know what I'm saying? But, we're still doing it. And, we could have given up a long time ago for numerous reasons, from people fronting on us, from getting shelved to, just not being able to put out music at the time. So everything is about time, and I think it worked out. As you see, Trapped in America is a 5-year-old song, and it's the most relevant song today. People are relating to it like crazy right now. So, music is timeless, and as well as dropping your project, you know what I'm saying? So, like, some people take a long time for personal reasons. Some people take a long time because of other reasons. So, as long as you stick with it, then, it will finally come out. And we're happy and pleased today that we're dropping a double disc, and we here.
So tell the fans, you're going on tour, right? So here we are. This is the release, but this is dropping like now, and Snowgoons stateside.
Yes, sir.
So what is it? What's
yes,
this going to look?
We got to get back to the show.
Yeah,
ASAP,
what's this going to look like? So tell the people before we get back. Tell what's going on. Where can they catch you? What coast are you going to be on?
Yeah, well, basically, since this album's called Trapped in America, we wanted to do an American tour. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been overseas a lot, working with a lot of different artists overseas. We've been producing plenty of projects in the process of making this Trapped in America album. So we put out a lot of work in between.
Get those mixtapes.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? The dispensary. Swiss Vets. You go on iTunes. We got the Pandora up. Make sure you add NBS on Pandora. And, basically, we decided to do the East Coast thing. We're going to do the East Coast run. We're hitting up Connecticut, New York, Queens, Amityville, you know what I'm saying? We're going to stop, in Philly. We're just going to do an East Coast thing, and then we're going to go to the West Coast. We got a couple shows out there. Shout out to my man Acrobatic. We're rocking with him, all the vets in the game. And, we're basically going to do the American thing, and then after the album drops, we'll probably be back on the road to, overseas to spread the good word of NBS.
Where can people get the album? Where can people get the Vets T-shirts?
Make sure you go to nthebs.com, the letter N, THEBS.com. Make sure you check out Natural Born Spitters on Facebook, and at NTheBS on all the social media networks. You got Flash NBS, Knuckles NBS. We got all types of work coming, and we're rocking. Yeah, we're still out there.
Definitely. So definitely underground hip hop. Check that out. We got some bundles coming out that are gonna feature the hat, the shirt, a vet shirt, a poster, the double CD, a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? So look out for that, and definitely get it from HHV. You know what I'm saying? In Europe and a few other places.
iTunes,
everywhere. So we worldwide with it. You can get it anywhere, man. You ask for it, it's there.
That's right. Just
Word
look up
It's the Vets.
NBS, Natural Born Spitters, man. It's the Vets. We get it. Know what I mean? NEHip-Hop. Good looking. Chris Faraone. We
Peace,
get it.
yo.
Whoop.
Get that album.
Yeah. It's your boy V Knuckles, Natural Born Spitters.
It's your boy Flash, one half of MBS. You already know. We in the building, Cambridge, Mass, representing with who?
NEHipHop.com.
Bang.
Make sure you check it out.
It's the Vets, nigga.
Yes,
Holla at
sir.
us.
Whoop, whoop.
Peace.